Good morning, Internet. I'm Master Bryss, and I've finally gotten enough meds to get me to... well, at least get me through Vic Road. I can always get more medicine at the League. Where are you off to with Pokemon? Pokemon League? Well, have TM, because TMs are good for you. I have absolutely no idea what it is. It is TM37. Oh no, it is still Sandstorm. You might be able to note, by the way, this is something I keep meaning to point out but never bother to, so I'm going to do it now. The PDF of Lies states that Crobat can learn Poison Jab. Crobat can't learn Poison Jab. It's annoying, and it's the only reason I'm keeping up with Sludge Bomb. I might have actually already said that in text. I genuinely can't remember. It's been a little while since I've spent so long trying to get new items for goodness with pickup. You open with Pangoro. I open with Godam. That's fine by me. Let's brave bird you away. Just a couple of these and we'll be at least the healing house. I've got no idea how far I'll be able to get in this one part alone. And that'll take actually much less of a toll on my health than I thought. I thought that Pangoro was bulkier than that. It could just be the level advantage though. Jellicent. Yeah, no chances. Let's go to good old Bullseye and crunch it to death. It was a toss-up between Godam and Mirakuru to leave behind so that I could take Boyfriend, which I needed to do because Waterfall. I could have also taken someone like Spinster, but to be honest with you, the level disadvantage is such that no matter what I did, I would end up fighting with 5 things. And also, you have an Execute at level 64. Are you okay? I'm sorry, this is the late game? I was expecting all the trainers to be like that one prick on Ice Path. What have you got to say for yourself, mister? Things involving Excadrill. Let's go to good old Mothrage. You use Swords Dance. It doesn't matter because I'm faster than you. Next you have Noivern. Appease. Oh, and Hurricane is a thing, and that's a very strange Hurricane animation. It's the little tornadoes appear near his head. Just a little one. Only a little one. Because everyone loves spawning little tornadoes next to your head. It's a thing that people do in their lives. And Fairy doesn't resist itself, does it? I don't think it does. No, it doesn't. Fair enough, Appease grew to level 74. Final thing is a Bomb of Snow. Just gonna stick in, to be honest. That was a horrible idea. Or was it? Actually, I do not want to risk it having Ice Shard. Let's go to Mothrage. Oh, it didn't use Ice Shard at all. It just used another Wood Hammer. Well, that's fine by me. As I said, I went and stocked up my medicine cabinet a bit more, so I bought hopefully enough ethers to get me through the rest of the game. Very few hyper potions, because I'm now putting my funds into max potions. And since they're for battle and fresh water is more cost efficient outside of it, just a literal ton of fresh water to get me through this stage of the proceedings. And I only really need these until I gain access to the halfway house anyway, so I think it should be alright for meds. Don't say a thing. Let me guess what you're thinking. I got it. You're thinking something looks tasty. Or maybe that's just what I think. All thoughts boil down to food eventually. What do you got for me, Gilbert? You've got a Starmie. Starmie isn't much to be worried about. I'll just lightly tap you with a feint attack. Of course, I outspeed here. Super effective. Uses Water Pulse. Okay. Well, you used your Water Pulse. Bit weak for the stage of the game again. Wonder how many times I'm gonna have to say that this part. Probably more than I suspect. That's annoying. If it weren't for I would have risked it, but he's confused. So, let's go to Moth Rage. Gardevoir foresaw an attack. I don't think I'm going to be able to off it in a single Lava Plume because for some reason the levels have jumped up to 68. So, I'm going to use a Struggle Bug. Enemy Gardevoir's special attack fell. It's put up a light screen. I think one Struggle Bug should be enough. Also, Gardevoir's head is once again enormous. What is it with making these Gen thing devamps and giving them enormous heads? Is it just his signature art style? Ah, I've been hurt by the agility animation. I did not even think that was possible. Another execute. Even the light screen won't save you now. Seems to just be a mix of, oh my goodness, that's actually quite powerful, and what are you even doing? I laugh in the face of your idiocy. The mix is fairly even though, so... Swings and roundabouts. You shouldn't underestimate the wild oh yeah, wild Pokemon. I'm not even going to try for a catch until I get to... Actually, wait, no. Give me a minute to think here. Is that one route? No. No, I do get a catch on this route, and then it turns into another route about halfway along this bridge. I think. Yeah, it turns into another route halfway along this bridge, so I should go back and I should get a catch. I should also switch to Appease, because you're not going to use Earthquake on a flyer. And this will be the first time we have successfully one-hit killed a Garchomp. Achievement unlocked. Nice. I've been waiting to do that for ever since we encountered our first one, actually. Just going to use another Moonblast on you, which apparently wasn't enough, but you decided to kill yourself anyway, so I'm fairly happy with that. I am, however, going through my fresh waters at a slightly quicker rate than I suspected. Should maybe have bought a couple more of those. Right, let's see what our catch is then. It is... Huh! It's Vigoroth. Actually a fairly powerful Vigoroth. I'm rather on board with that. Apparently Reversal's an attack, and Body Slam is an attack. I have all these Ultra Balls because I expected Xerneas and I didn't get one. So we shall just use these until one of them sticks. Specifically, that one. What do you replace? Oh yeah, Dodrio. It collects data and plans 3 times as wisely, but it may think too much and become immobilized. And that is how Truant happens in Gen 2. You shall be named... Footsie. I don't know why, again. This is just one of those spur-of-the-moment things, but... You know, if you're active, you're on your feet. Feet, Footsie. And since he doesn't have Truant in this game, well, none of the Evos in this game will have Truant, then he will just be more active than normal. So, it makes sense in that sense, I guess? Right, Fisherman. I'm feeling great today. I feel like I could boot even the league champ. With my Skrelp. My level 30 Skrelp. Okay. Fair enough. Still amazed me that in the original Gen 2 games, the stuff leading up to Vic Road was at such a tiny level. What exactly were... This... Oh. Oh, right, yeah, because loses the water typing when it evolves into Drowgage. Of course it does. Moth Rage, then. Super effective. Moth Rage became confused, but it's barely relevant. You're a Floatzel. I'm just going to go back to Appease, though, because I can fairly easily change that around. Okay, we should be on a new route now, but just to be absolutely clear on that... What on earth have you done to the map tiles here? They're all... spirally. 27... Yeah, this is a new route. What cool stuff can we find here? Ponyta, apparently. I'm alright with that. Okay, you appear to be using Thrash. I'm gonna go to Prospero. use a Fire Fang because I think it's our... Actually, no, it's hurting itself already. I may as well just start with the lobbing duty. Confuse no more, used Flare Blitz. Prospero was burned, but it doesn't matter. Prospero has succeeded in stalling until we caught the Ponyta. It is a weak runner immediately after birth. It gradually becomes faster by chasing after its parents. And you're not a cow. So that will be your name. Not a cow. Gen 3's unique overworld... No, unique menu sprites were a blessing in disguise, I think. Well, it wasn't even a blessing in disguise, it was a blatantly obvious blessing. Because it stops weird things, like... all the things that look like... I mean, Boyfriend does not look anything like a tadpole. But that is the sprite he is blessed with. Appease is in no way a plant. Prospero and Bullseye are fairly on the money simply because that's a generic monster sprite, but that's the point of being a generic monster sprite instead of being a specific monster sprite. Wow, look at all these badges. I'm impressed. But you're not just satisfied with collecting them, right? You know what I mean? Since when did Espeon learn Double Edge? Not that I'm complaining. I guess it's the best you've got. When not using your surprisingly pathetic Morning Sun, actually. Did those moves just in general not do much until weather was up before Gen 3 standardized them to be more like Recover? Because they always recover less than I expect them to in these games. And only in these games. Oh well. It's not a big deal. Let's take advantage of that there rest house. And... okay, I was apparently an idiot and I broke the audio again, so I'll just record this little bit as post-commentary. I was going to end the part there, but... well, it was only 12 minutes. I decided that was probably a terrible idea. I thought it was longer. I'm not timing this. I should probably use a clock or something. The audio will pick up again in a minute, I'm just sort of filling in time until it does, hence why it's slightly sped up. That wasn't a very difficult trainer at all. Although I do question the logic of having Supersonic at this stage in the game. It's a little bit of a low power move. I also recognise this Heliolisk could have had Surf, but it didn't, and I'm happy about that. So very, very happy about that, like you wouldn't believe. Next up, Heracross. Definitely not gonna stay in for that. The best I'd have is Fire Fang, and that's not really the best move when I could be using Moth Rage instead. Gonna go to Goddamn here and get off Feint Attack, although as it turned out the Gengar used Psychic. We're alright though. And now moving on to Tauros. Tauros isn't a particularly difficult adversary for Prospero by this stage in the game. Even with its super effective attacks, Prospero's superior bulk will carry the day, as it always does. And as it will do until the end of time. Especially combined with the power of my awesome flower thing. That will make sense later in the part, I swear. This is a Golduck. Who doesn't love Golduck? I used one in Dark Violet for a little bit. First time I'd used one. He's always on those water mons that's just sort of lying around as opposed to being front and center. Apart from Misty's one, of course. Bullseye is frozen here, which is kind of bothersome, but there's nothing really I can do about that. Oh, the audio's come back. On you go. Unfortunately, in the time that it took me to let the cat out of the absolutely pouring rain outside and make myself a cup of tea, Bullseye has not defrosted. So we're going to Moth Rage instead. On the plus side, it is, as ever, a rather excellent cup of tea. I think I'll just stick in, to be honest. This is the first time you've seen the Electivire sprite in a not still image. Again, there's not enough black, which is annoying, especially considering it's Electivire, and a very large percentage of Electivire is black. I mean, the secondary colour on that is what? A sort of dark yellow? Yeah, dark yellow. Yellowish brown. It could be either of the two. Let's go to appease. Appease was an awful idea. On the other hand, I can use light screen, heal bell, and finally, Prospero. Because Prospero may have awful special defense, but that's nothing light screen can't cure. Ah, team synergy. Ain't that cute? It's positively adorable. A tiny flower in a large tank made up of a rhino that's itself made up of bricks. Together, they fight crime. And they'd probably be pretty excellent at it. A lot of good qualities in small flowers and brick rhinos in the crime fighting thing. I lost to a trainer named Mr. Fish. He was really strong, but it was absolutely as if he had to win. Fishing. Win-win. Ace trainer Beth has still got her Rapidash, actually. It's nice to see that some things don't change. It's the little traditions that keep you going. Don't want to stay in for you, though. That would be a horrible idea, unless, of course, you... Actually, no, even if you do still only know ice moves, it's still an awful idea to stay in. Mothra is confused. Mothra used lava. Oh, no. Now you do know a water move. Okay. Switching again. This is very much an appease job. A lot of things do simply boil down to an appease job. Pokemon aren't tools of war. They are tools of crime fighting. The two are mutually exclusive concepts. Perhaps. I'm not really going into Victory Road right now. I'm just going to get a catch and end the part. And possibly try looking for trainers. I don't know if there will be any trainers, but I'm sure we'll know if... Nope. Unless he's put some on the other floor, it looks like Victory Road is clean. Also, Agron, so Aron line is a dupe because we caught one of those in the cave, so no. Golbat line is a dupe. I think the only thing we can actually catch here if he hasn't changed the tables is Onyx. Or Shiny, of course, but the next Shiny we get is not usable. Yeah, it's just going to be Onyx. Alright, I'm going to go and heal up, and next time we'll take on Mr. Fish in Victory Road. It's going to be a short part. But there's nothing I can really do about that. We've literally run out of game content and I want to do the Elite Four as a separate thing. Bye!